Chapter 2. The age of 16, as he was creative, imaginative, and curious. Edison also worked on the phonograph as well as the